Let me ask you a question right off the bat. Are you, a genuinely brilliant lawyer? You might know the law literally inside and out. Maybe you draft the perfect contract every time, or you deliver these absolutely airtight arguments in court. But here's the harsh reality of it all. Legal brilliance alone, it simply isn't enough if you're completely invisible to the rest of the profession. And that brings us to a really frustrating problem. We see so many brilliant professionals go completely unnoticed, right? Simply because they treat relationship building as an afterthought. They get stuck behind a desk doing excellent work that, well, nobody ever sees. That is exactly why networking isn't just an optional thing in law. It's actually one of the absolute most powerful career tools you can ever build.
So, hello everyone and welcome to this explainer. I am your host and I absolutely love breaking down these complex career strategies into clear, actionable steps for us. Today, our main goal is to demystify networking for legal professionals. We're going to explore exactly how to build your legal career through strategic networking, taking you step by step from the theory straight into real-world practice. Let's dive in. Okay, here's our playbook for today. We are covering 5 key areas. First, redefining legal networking. Second, why your network matters. Third, networking is not fake. Fourth, where professional trust happens. And fifth, mistakes you must avoid.
All right, Section 1, redefining legal networking.
Let's break down what networking actually means in the legal profession, because it is definitely a lot more than just awkwardly staring at your phone while holding a lukewarm coffee at a crowded mixer. We need to fundamentally change how we define what we're doing here. Networking, at its core, simply means creating and maintaining professional relationships with people in and around your field. For lawyers, this includes everyone, from senior advocates and in-house counsel to professors, recruiters, and yep, even your peers. The massive shift in mindset is this. Good networking is not transactional. It's about building professional trust and being known as someone who is reliable, informed, and genuinely easy to work with. Moving right along to Section 2, why your network matters.
Let's look at the concrete reasons why building this network is actually worth your precious time. There are 4 core benefits here. First up, opportunities. Did you know a ton of legal jobs and collaborations aren't even advertised? Nope, they go to people who are already known. Second, referrals. Law is highly trust-based. Clients and peers are going to refer work to those they trust, period. Third is visibility. In such a crowded profession, interacting regularly ensures you actually stand out. And fourth, knowledge. Your network literally teaches you how different firms operate and how disputes are handled in the real daily grind of practice.
And what's super cool is that these benefits build perfectly across every single stage of your career. If you're a law student right now, networking helps you discover internships and find that crucial mentorship. If you're a junior lawyer, well, it's all about getting guidance from seniors and sniffing out those hidden job openings. And as a mid or senior lawyer, the focus shifts heavily towards business development, client acquisition, and building your overall professional credibility. So your network is essentially a professional safety net that evolves perfectly alongside you.
Next up, Section 3, networking is not fake.
This is where we tackle the biggest psychological barrier holding lawyers back, the fear of sounding completely inauthentic. Forget the whole misconception of forced, one-sided interactions. You really don't need to sound overly polished, and you definitely shouldn't only message people when you desperately need a favor. Authentic networking is actually incredibly simple. Just be curious, be respectful, and be consistent. For instance, after meeting someone at a conference, just send a quick, short message thanking them for their time, and maybe mentioning one specific thing you learned from them. It's that easy. Over time, these small, low-pressure actions build a remarkably strong reputation.
Which leads us to Section 4, where professional trust happens.
So we know what networking is and why we do it, but where exactly do we go to build these authentic relationships? Well, it mainly happens in 2 arenas. First, you have your formal events. Law school guest lectures, bar association meetings, conferences. Those are great for sure. But honestly, massive networking potential actually lies in everyday spaces. Think about LinkedIn, chamber visits, and even your daily work environment. The way you communicate day-to-day with a colleague or a senior heavily influences how they remember you later. Networking isn't just limited to a fancy conference room. It happens wherever professional trust is built.
Finally, let's hit Section 5, mistakes you must avoid.
You could be doing everything else right, but these common mistakes will completely sabotage your relationship building. Let's count down the 5 major pitfalls. First is neediness, reaching out only when you need a job. That instantly makes the connection feel super transactional.
Then there's the failure to follow up. Meeting someone once isn't networking. Staying in touch is. Third is ignoring your peers to focus only on the big shot seniors. Actually, scratch that. It's not just seniors. Remember, today's classmate could easily be tomorrow's referral source or even your client. Fourth, trying to impress instead of connecting. People remember sincerity way more than perfection. And finally, number 5, forgetting to give value. Share your insights, introduce people, and just try to be genuinely useful.
To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a really empowering equation to keep in your back pocket. Networking equals trust plus visibility plus opportunity. In law, your legal skills are absolutely crucial, but so are your relationships. The smartest lawyers out there, they don't just work hard on cases, they actively build a lasting career support system alongside their legal expertise. So ask yourself right now, are you only working on becoming a brilliant lawyer on paper, or are you actively building the network that will ensure the world actually gets to see your brilliance?